Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, collective. I hope you've been looking good, feeling good, smelling good, eating good, drinking good, thinking good thoughts, having a good time, sharing good energy with good people, doing good things. And, let's see. I just want to check and see what I can get for y'all. What kind of energy? All right, let's see. Who is this reading for or about? For or about? Who is this reading for or about? High Priestess. So let's see what's up with that. Okay, so this is for someone who's, well, highly intelligent, right? Intuitive, instinctive. I'm feeling the more of the instinction kind of thing. Yeah, someone's following their instincts and defending what they know is best, what they know is right, what they know is theirs. That's a wall behind this person, and they're putting up the wands, Seven of Wands. Yeah. There's definitely someone in that smirk on this Seven of Wands face leads me to believe that this person, those stakes, like they're happy about setting those grounds. They're happy about setting those down. I feel like it's something to do with some fake snakes. Yep. Look, right after that, I keep seeing more of the make and break for it. Like, I just really get this energy as someone like got away with something, but in a good way. Like, someone made a break for it, but I get good energy. Like they needed to make a break for it. They needed to save themselves, perhaps. The Eight of Wands energy. That might be leaving a bad taste in some people's mouths. Because I just got a bad taste in my mouth. Maybe leaving a bad taste in some people's mouths. Maybe whomever, clearly whoever you're making a break from, or whatever it is, away from, because it's away from energy. It's inevitable though, because this is the Wheel of Fortune, and it's giving like cycle complete. Like there's this head on the snake. Let me just make sure there's nobody naked. There's this head on the snake. Like this is feeling like it's giving a two worlds collide kind of energy. Just in the sense of like, it must be from the candle. Just in a sense of like the things from the fantasy becomes reality. It's giving like carnival, but it's giving also like very earthly and dark and mysterious and risque almost, but there's like nothing, other than the dice and, those types of things up here. But it's so subtle. It's so innocent, because on these dice are just like numbers and a cross and a star, a red dot, things like that. It's giving a different energy for that Wheel of Fortune. Oh, wow. This is truth and clarity. Whatever it was that was defended. So there's this high priestess energy that's sitting over this completion, this world. And I'm sorry, the Wheel of Fortune energy, which is, you know, the cycle and the chance and, you know, opportunity, newness is what it's really giving right now. Karma, destiny, and then there's truth and clarity in the Seven of Wands. I'm so curious about that. For there to be truth and clarity in like having faith in persevering. Like there, I mean, everybody knows that, but like I'm curious as to like what that's regarding. But let's see what someone made a break from it for. Like what did they escape is what I'm feeling. Like, what are they escaping? I see enemy on there. Enemy masquerading. They escaped an enemy masquerading as a friend. And that does bring a little bit of sadness and loss. Yeah. Nobody wants to lose anybody, you know? Everybody really wants to have everybody and everything and that they want around them at all times. But sometimes you're forced to choose. You see how that came out? That's a part of that truth and clarity. It's like, yeah, sitting in a fearful energy will only make you regret it more. Is what I heard someone had to like, I don't know, I feel like no matter how much it had to take it had to take from them, they had to balance it out. Yeah, they had to do this. Balancing. I see transferring of money, flexibility, adaptability, resourcefulness, profits and loss. It wasn't lying, yeah. That loss. Transferring money, profit and loss. Flexibility, juggling. Oh, okay. Because that moon card came out right after. It's like that was an illusion. For that, like maybe the previous way of balancing it, like intuitively, whomever this is knows that too, or knew that. Because this intuitiveness and the change in cycle, like that balance and the moon card are kind of swinging under there. So intuitively, this person kind of knew that that was inevitable, that trying to balance or make everything agreeable for everybody wasn't realistic, is what I just heard. Tell me more about this. This comes out a lot together. Wait, it's just that constant like Knight of Pentacles, you know, whomever this is has thought so long and so hard. It's like there's no other way. Like it's just clear. Like it is what it is. It has to be this way. This is destiny. This is fate. This is karma. That's also, where is that at? Is that this Ace of Swords energy that's giving that? No, that's that wheel energy for sure. Cycles and chance. There's this, the Empress is coming out. I was looking more at this like, What is it? Like, what is it that these people feel like is their problem? And it's this Empress energy because of the judgment that comes with this person. And I get that because I'm also that type of person, you know. It's kind of like a walking karma, and it's not really karma. It's just kind of like if you're not making good choices, that's going to be very, very vivid. Like, it's going to be very clear, you know, to anyone standing around in the room, you know what I mean? And I just have to be honest. Like, today I went out and I took my daughter to go get something to eat, and we're at the register with the cashier. And initially the young lady that was handling the register became too busy to assist. And so I'm just kind of standing there, and then it kind of became a little bit of a wait. And so I wasn't really tripping. But then the gentleman that was working he turns around, he goes, "We'll be with you in just a minute, ma'am." And I was like, "Okay, no problem." And then all of a sudden the girl who didn't want to assist appears. And I'm like, okay. So I placed the order, and my daughter is just, you know, a very communicative person. So she's like, "Hi, I like your hair." You know, the girl starts mentioning how her hair has been growing for a long time. And another little girl had seen her in a store with her hair down because it goes to like her knees or something. And she was just like, you know, ran up to her and was really enamored by her hair. And I was like, "Oh, okay," you know. So we get her food, we go sit down, we're eating and stuff, and the girl gets off, right? And now she's at our table, hanging out, 11:11 on the clock. And I'm like, okay. And so she starts to talk, and she's like, she was rushing people off the phone. I guess somebody was coming to pick her up. She was rushing them off the phone, but she starts to talk, and she's telling me about how like 5 years ago, her hair had fallen out really bad, and so she was really glad when it starts to grow back. And she starts telling me about some ailments with her mom, and I'm just kind of like, I don't even understand this conversation right now. And then she's like, yeah, and she was like, and then we found out that it was this lady doing black magic, and it was family members, and da-da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, did this girl just come to me and just start talking about this all of a sudden? And I'm like, yeah, you know, because I totally understand, right? And she says, my mom had to pay so much money to get this stuff off of her, that she had to pay so much money to get herself cleared of it. And she goes, what about you? Did you have to pay a lot of money? Did you have to hire someone to do it? And I was like, no, I did it myself. And I think she knew that before she came to talk to me. And so I think that maybe, I don't even know how she knew that though, like unless she's like incredibly intuitive as well. Maybe she watched the channel before, I don't know. I did have a full face of makeup. So I don't know. So I'm a little bit more noticeable with makeup. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, okay. It's the Hangman, which is like surrendering. I guess it's, I don't know. I really don't know where to place that at all, to be perfectly honest. Maybe she had mentioned though, that's why her hair was falling out though, so somebody had sent her the evil eye, but she was so cute. She didn't speak like perfect English, so whatever word she used for, I don't know, she said the dark eye or something like that, and I was like, oh, the evil eye. And that was what, because they were jealous of her hair, you know. And I think she's maybe curious of how to like continue to combat it, because she's concerned that the more that she steps into herself, that she'll probably have to face more of that herself, just knowing who her mom is, and you know, all these other things. Because when you and your children and you know, stuff like that go through these experiences and see life from this different perspective, it changes everything. You know, you don't just awaken, because when you awaken, your children do too, you know. They really do. That's the 8 of Wands. It's just like a quick action conclusion news, but I think that was just more so about this. All right, so this thought, oh yeah, okay. Oh, okay, that's also here too. It's like also for this person, whomever this is, that's having this like, I don't know, epiphany, if you want to call it. This person, in that thought process, they knew they had to surrender, like, to this situation, whatever this is, to the right thing is what we decided to call it over here. And building this wall and whatnot and having these boundaries, because otherwise they would have felt trapped. Isn't that wild how the lack of boundaries will have you feeling trapped and you don't even realize it? until you start to create boundaries. And then you're like, oh my gosh, I feel so trapped by these other individuals who don't want to respect my boundaries or give me the space that I need, and blah, 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 blah. Okay, anyway. Okay, this has been a wild reading, to say the least. Oh, wow. Okay, that's very obvious. So that's the Two of Wands, and we all know that's the, personal power, boldness, originality, and all that good stuff. Wow, it's like somebody, he became the head of the snake. Let's just put it that way. It's like, okay, we're not going to defeat the snake. We're going to become the snake. I've been feeling that energy for a minute. We're not going to defeat the snake. We're going to become the snake. Or we are the snake and we're going to reveal ourselves. Or it's 15-15. It's something like that. I've been very much so getting this energy, though, like Divine Feminine is on board with whatever at this point. Not like whatever, but in reality, with respect to the things that are necessary, it's a different energy now. Maybe a little bit more tapped into the dark femininity, because definitely the dark femininity. And that sword is sticking out a whole lot. Yeah, it was built, that energy was built up over this journey, though, and it's necessary for where you are. Because I feel like I'm also talking to the person, I'm talking to onlookers and all of that, so. Nosy Sister Rosies and everybody else. Two of Wands. That Two of Wands is very powerful. Like, it sees beyond even. It's almost like there's two third eyes at the side of this snake too. If you look at it, like, there's no space for the third eye because it is full of itself. Like, it's venomous is what I'm getting. Like, it can wreak havoc for sure. There's space for a third eye actually, but it was like, no, we're gonna have two. It almost gives dragon energy, and I was thinking about that too. I don't know if you guys resonate with any dragon energy, but I very, very much so resonate with a three-headed dragon energy. Aren't we in the year of the dragon too in Chinese astrology? I don't have the other phone, but I think we are. You can look it up yourself and see that. There's a King of Swords energy. I don't know why I picked that up off the top of it. Like, it was literally on the top of the deck, and I just looked to see what it was. And a Ten of Pentacles flew out on top of the Empress with the Queen of Pentacles behind it. This is definitely that divine feminine and masculine energy that I was saying about, like the energy that I get of, like, the commitment is there, the finger ring. I get they know this. Like, I get that, like, there's an all-knowing within them. And I don't think that anybody quite understands that as well as they do. But people are catching on. Or should be. You okay? You need help? Okay. Oh, the paint? Yeah, there's definitely something going on about a bad taste. Like, this is leaving a bad taste in people's mouth, but, like, well, close your mouth. This is not for you to taste. Maybe that's a part of it that they need to understand and learn too. Like, well, if it doesn't suit your taste, then don't taste it. Don't be a part of it. I mean, that's just I don't know. And I know that for some people that may be hard for everybody that they grew up with. But when it comes down to it, it's like, what does the length of time have to do with where you are at and where you're trying to go? At what point did we just become completely immobile is the first word that came to mind. Immobile. Complacent was the second one that I was looking for. When do we completely become complacent? Like, how does that even work? When do we just literally get out of this chariot and, not be in chariot energy and not have the strength? Like, that's just not, that's not how we get down. I don't know. That's just not, I don't know. Everybody's entitled to live their life for themselves. Like, that's the only way to reach true, like, I was about to call it apprenticeship, but the Wheel of Fortune is out here again. That's the only way to really receive, like, your true abundance and have that have everything that you want in life. Like, this is really like, I want it all and I'm getting it all. And that's all, you know, that's all to it. Like, there's nothing else to it. There's nothing else that needs to be said. Nothing else that needs to be read. Nothing that needs to be communicated. I don't know. I'm not that type of person to try to help people get stuff too much. You don't get it? That's your problem. You end up taking on other people's karma and all this other stuff when you start to put yourself in a position of wanting to help them to understand why you deserve something that you deserve. If they were really close to you, understood you, cared about you, they would also want you to have what you deserve, what you desire. Yeah, for me, it's no longer like, there's no two ways to it. There's no, I don't have a lot of, I don't have as much compassion for bad behavior. Like, I don't excuse it anymore. I don't even do it with children. It's like, it's because this is the thing. That's who these adults are that keep doing stuff unnecessarily, is that at one point they were children and they were never told no or stop or don't. And people were like, oh, they'll figure it out when they get older. You know, that's sometimes what we say, wait until the karma hits them. They'll figure it out. That's true, unfortunately. But until that happens, they just continue to do it. And then that's why they seem so dumbfounded of like why people don't understand how they've been doing this. Like, this is all you do. This is all you've been living for. This is, again, I was conversing with someone and I was explaining the fact of like, okay, this stalemate energy right here, because there's this Queen of Wands, there's a Queen of Wands who doesn't want to admit she's at a stalemate. It's like, I'm going to deny it. It doesn't matter what happens. This person is just always mine or some shit. Like, that's crazy talk. One thing I learned for sure, I don't want nobody that don't want me. One thing I know for sure. Somebody make me feel like they don't want me, they will never hear from me again. Shit, you ain't even got to do that. You excuse my language, but it's very little.
Did you just call me little?
No, I'm not talking to you. I get the energy that's this person. Like, they want to be in everything too. It's like they thought the song was about them. And at this point, they're not realizing it's not. Yep, they being left out in the cold. They thought they was having a new beginning. Spirit saying this person just needs to be strong. I get that energy is coming. Like, the whole reason why everything is turning to like this, you get what you get kind of energy. Like, it is what it is kind of energy, is because everybody should have known this was going to happen. Again, you ever hear about a person who just comes around this in the neighborhood and all they ever talk about is like how they used to date so-and-so from such and such singing group, or, you know, something like that, or such and such famous person, but that's all you ever hear? They never left out. That's somebody stuck in a cycle. That's somebody stuck in that, and that's all that's all their whole claim to fame. Everybody that ever meets them hears about it. Those are those people. Stuck. And the reason why they keep referring to this old memory is because they have not moved on past it. They were not successful in that memory. And that's why they're stuck in it. They're stuck in it because they can't move past it. Their lives literally end at that point. That's what's happening with all of these karmic individuals, all these people. This is the thing. I do a lot of research and I watch a lot of documentaries. You take it how it resonates. That's the Ace of Pentacles. I think I'm on the money with this shit. Okay? That's going to be the curse word for me. So listen. You can see the effects of the scams and the gross behavior and et cetera, taking place amongst society in all of these different countries around the globe. In one of the Asian countries, there is something called a lonely death, where they're just finding all these young people who have pretty much, who, you know, come to their end of life in their apartment. And the only reason why the doors are being open is because somebody's, you know, hasn't paid the rent and all this other stuff. And now they need to, okay, and they need to, you know, go into the apartment, you know, because the bills haven't been paid, and they find the person's body. It's called a lonely death. And it's happening because all these young people are pursuing the same degrees and accomplishment. And not everybody can become a doctor and a judge or this and a that, right? Not everybody can become this. And so they've got all these people who've graduated with all these degrees to come to these specific professions, but there's not enough opportunities. So they end up working these factory jobs. And as a result, they're, you know, they're in and out of work. And that's what's causing these lonely deaths, is they feel shameful about not accomplishing this goal because there was all this strict and unsurmountable, is how I feel like it made them feel, unsurmountable pressure to accomplish specific goals, and they couldn't. So it feels like a setup too, almost, you know, but anyway. No, it's fine. Thank you. Love you too. Yeah, so the lonely death is one. And then I see in one of the locations in Africa, and you know, they did a lot of scamming out of there too, where they were convincing people that they, you know, needed to send XYZ money and all this other stuff, so people had sent their life, you know, their life savings and all this stuff. And now all these youngsters that were in school to become doctors and lawyers and all this other stuff, they're addicted to some drug that is basically a combination of something kind of like meth, because of all the pharmaceuticals, is what I'm going to say. And it's kind of like meth, but this is the thing. It turns them into zombies, but they're using the bones from graves. And there's literally these African guys who sleep at night in the graves trying to catch people and stop them from doing this. But it's very few in comparison to the ones that are actually robbing the graves and then making this drug. And these individuals that they're talking to, they know what's going on. They're like, no, I was in school to become a doctor and to do this and do that, but I can't do that anymore because now I just spend all my time getting high off this drug. And I believe very solemnly, I believe very wholeheartedly that this is a result of all of these things returning. And then these workers are like, oh, okay, I'm going to make sure it doesn't come back to me in my house specifically. And again, if there's an area of susceptibility that can creep in, and if you can't get a hold of it, your addictions, your desires, your, you know, yeah, anyway. It's a lot to consider, but it's necessary. You're welcome, baby. You're welcome, sweetheart.
Mommy, if these two pins come out, then you put it back in.
I sure will.
Thank you.
Yeah, whoever this competition is, whoever this is here. All right, what is this person talking about? This person is going to hurt themselves. That's what I see right now. This person is literally going to hurt themselves. Whoever this is, this Queen of Wands, I don't mean it in like they're just gonna, like, they're not focused. I feel like they're gonna be drinking too much. It's gonna be some energy like that. But that's their own choice. I think that they are going to do that primarily to get attention, well, honestly, initially is to not focus, but this person is just not, they don't value themselves enough, and that's nobody else. You can't teach someone how to do that. You can't love them into loving themselves, because it's just not possible. There's nothing you can do with someone who's toxic, with someone who's, you know, what has this person done? Why is this person being left? Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. I get the energy of this person tried to take away this other person's strength. It's whoever this high priestess energy in it is, whoever this like immaculate, you know, person of power and influence and stuff, like whoever this is, they were trying to take away this person's control, ability to overcome self-doubt, ability to focus, the persuasion and influence. They want to influence this person. What did they want to influence this person to do? This dang on Queen of Wands. So they wanted this person to be with this Queen of Wands. And so I want to know what the problem is. So what is the problem? What is the problem with the Queen of Wands? Let's just be 100 about it. Because this person, this Queen of Wands has come out twice. The Magician and the Hermit, literally, this person has been getting readings. This person has been doing candle magic. I told you guys that already. This person has maybe even done some graveyard magic or has been involved in it. Like their foot is in it is what I'm getting. Because you see that light coming from the foot here. This is that candle work. You know what I mean? I always see the trunks as under, I don't know. I just find this a little suspicious. This is a hermit, but this is giving more of a like, I don't know, guys. This is not really giving like going within. It's just like kind of being sneaky and not wanting to get caught. Yeah, because this other card turned around. I mean, and that's the magician side of it. You see this? You look at how these energies are almost kind of giving the same, almost. And then the moon card wanted to stick to my elbow. And you guys know, this is that funny bone energy. Maybe this person thought it was cute and funny. Yeah. They got bit in the butt by that, though. Ooh, it looks like they were like thinking that they were blossoming, or like they thought that they were the one that was in the transformation mode. They thought that they were in transformation mode while they were throwing dark magic. They thought that they were transforming things in their favor and in a good way. That's so wild. Let's see. So there's 3 snakes on here. Amongst the horns too. There's 3 snakes on here. This person may have even worked with other people. May have enlisted like 2 magicians and then 1 warlock possibly. Like, I'm not 2 magicians. Well, there are two witches and then a warlock. Or maybe the warlock. The warlock is the one that they worked with because it's right here on this cobra energy here. I get there's an affiliation with some type of group. Or maybe used to be, or it's like it's waning, it's just disappearing. It's because this is the infinity sign, but it's waning. Yeah, I get that situation is dissolving, quite possibly. Yeah. There's a sword that's down too. I think this person is having to surrender. They're having to sit down at minimum. But I'm getting the energy of like sit down to recover because of the backfires. That is a little funny. That's the thing too. They're so lost in this illusion that they're fighting something, and they haven't been fighting with the collective at all this whole entire time. The collective has never been in any fight, any competitions. The collective has always been focused on themselves. They don't, this is not the thing. That's not, that's just not how collective gets down. It's like if it has to be outside of me, then it's not enough. If the focus has to be like that, like it's not right. It's not real. We don't do that. Queen of Pentacles, King of Swords, and 10 of Pentacles. Wow. Okay, 10 of Cups is, 10 of Pentacles is on the bottom again. This is a really abundant energy, like not just like in one realm, but like in all of them. Like there's just too much knowledge. Yeah, there's too much knowledge, and there's just too much knowledge. Again with this? Oh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. There's too much knowledge, and no one wants to regret this. Like the players here, the ones who are actually on the playing field that are capable of receiving this Ace of Pentacles from this situation, they're not willing to regret anything about this. Cinco de Copas. It gives it more of a celebratory energy. It has a rainbow at the top of this Five of Cups and the horseshoe, okay? Just like all kinds of stuff, a butterfly and a diamond. This is not this is like when you get out of the Five of Cups, when you no longer care about a Five of Cups. Like there is no sadness and grief represented in this. It's a Cinco de Copas. Cinco de Copas. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, sorry. Not sorry. Yeah. I'm not lying because this is the moon card. So it's like, that's an illusion. These people don't believe in the illusion. This is a couple. This is two people coming together. They don't believe in any illusions. No Five of Cups. They're not regretting a moment of the masterful mindedness that it takes to be together. They don't regret a single step. Again, this is their commitment. It's like it's unsaid, it's unspoken. It is spoken, but it's not. Like we card readers have to keep telling y'all. You can send the breakup spells. You can send anything you want at this point. These two already made it past the finish line. They keep saying long time ago, long time ago. I hear multiple long time agos right now. Long time ago. Again, that was a part of the illusion, though. I said that in some of my older readings. Like they had made this decision for this partnership and this connection like a long time. Like that was the first thing they established was like, okay, we're gonna do this, and let's see if you're committed to it as much as I am. It was a literal like, okay, I'm committed to it. I'm committed to it too, and they meant it. They sat like this, facing each other. If you could imagine another of this is facing it. They sat just like that. Like, I see you too. This led to this. They don't see anything else anymore. Why would they look anyway? I get so tired of preaching this. I feel like somebody's saying, but why? The same reason why you... Okay. The same reason why you want the collective. The same reason why you want what the collective has. Because it's going to be great. Like, what is the confusion? Why would anybody be confused about, like, why it goes to someone who's given out that type of energy? Who's given out that type of reverence and... Oh, goodness. I can't even... Hey, girlfriend.
Hey, you're done reading?
No, I'm still reading. You going with Pop? Do, 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 do. Ace of Wands. That came out in the pre-shuffle, but it wasn't that one. It was, ooh, and that Ace of Pentacles is back on the bottom too. This is immaculate. Like I said, this is immaculate. This is supposed to happen. I don't care who gets mad about it, who gonna have to go within about it, who gonna have to check themselves, who's gonna have to figure it out. I don't care. Nobody cares. We don't care. Collective doesn't care. We don't care. Don't care. That's all we care about. This Ace of Wands, all this new, fresh, new. I'll have to look up. I don't know. I don't know the difference between a crocodile and an alligator. Like when you see one by itself, you put them together and then let me guess. Sorry, I'm just being honest. But that's because there's something on here that looks like one or the other. I don't know. Someone will have to put that in the comments. How to tell the difference between a crocodile and alligator, but if you're only looking at one or the other. Or just in general. How do I know? Wow. This is almost giving three-headed dragon too, if these two gators or whatever this is weren't gators. Because this feels like a dragon head here too. With this third eye. Wow. Wow. It's like the stars are made of crowns. The crown over this head of this creature has a bunch of stars, and then there's, are those emeralds? Because they're green. Look up what emeralds mean. When I hear emerald green and stuff like that, I think about the Wiz would be caught dead in red. Maybe it's some magical energy like that too, because that whole movie was very powerful as far as like visually. I feel like the way life looks is going to visually be different and exotic. Wow, okay, and it's gonna have that like brilliance and that flair of like, I don't know, it never gets dull. I just had this like very euphoric feeling of like being lifted up off the ground and like, I don't know, almost like that Peter Pan energy again. The Fountain of Youth. Wow, that's awesome because it's Ace of Swords and Ace of Pentacles flanks what I guess is like what they had to collectively endure and go through to build that. But I feel like these two had it from day one. From the day they said, okay, we're going to do this. Okay, we're going to do this. From that moment, everything started coming at them and they were like, oh, and it just, instead of it deterring them, it actually convinced them that they were on the right direction, because no one ever, they don't fight no one's ever been fought so much. That's the energy I get. Like for one of the individuals, it's like, you don't fight me on anything else or anyone else that I want to be with or do. But this situation, this here is what you want to fight on. But everything else, good, bad, or in between. But you want to fight me on this. And that's how one of these individuals knew, like, okay, this is definitely my person, because it just doesn't make any more sense than that. Yeah. This is very well thought out. Like, I feel like there's just a lot of thoughtfulness on both sides of this, because the Page of Pentacles is out here again, and it's already here. This person looks comfy while they waited too. It's like, I don't know, I see the tennis shoes on the picture. They're just giving some kind of like, is this some Asics? What is that? Homie looks comfy right now. What is some socks with sandals? What is that? That was the Knight of the Cups too, which I just get is like they both had a desire to learn about love too. I'm going to put it out here. They both had a desire to learn about love, and so it was like, okay, so now I got to pay attention to somebody else's cup and then still hold my own. And so that's, you know, that's a delicate thing to do when you're in this Knight energy. It's like, okay, and I get that this Knight is on display. So being able to really balance this love it's been a spectacle to watch, and that's just that if you have not laughed yet, you should be. But at everything that you've grown through and gone through, you should be able to laugh at it. You should look at this Ace of Pentacles. I forgot that was on the bottom. It's already out here. Ooh, wow. Okay, till the roosters come home. What does that mean? Because I just saw those two roosters there. Till the roosters come home. There's a story too, and I'm going to end it here, I think. There's a story about dragon's blood sage. And a rooster. So you know roosters make that noise in the morning, right? And I was at this Airbnb in Cali for a month. And I had been there already for like a couple weeks. And I had company over and we were chit-chatting and I lit some sage. And it was just this new bundle of Dragon's Blood sage. And I had done it once early in the morning and I noticed this rooster crowing. I was like, oh, that's weird because I hadn't heard the rooster the whole time I've been here for a couple weeks. Did trip off of it, but then when the friend came over, as soon as the Dragon's Blood sage hit the fire, the rooster started crowing. And then I moved it away and it stopped. And I just kept testing it and it was just wild and my friend and I were just sitting there laughing. And we were just also kind of like, well, what does this mean? So I definitely think you should look up roosters, because I feel like when something resonates in such a way, sometimes you have to look it up yourself. Roosters and flowers, maybe. Interesting. Or a morning flower of some sort. I don't know. Take it how it resonates. All right, they said I was going to end it there. Ain't nothing but the high priestess popping back out again. All right. That's what the reading started with. And I guess Spirit wanted to end it with that too, clearly. Because that is literally the first card that came out, isn't it? And the last card. So this is not the first time this has happened. Haven't the readings been flanking themselves? Like the beginning and the ending card are coming out. Wow. And it's coming out right under this star. And I get it's a thoughtful love because this is the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. It's a thoughtful, romantic opportunity. These are thinking people. They've thought about their commitment. They've thought about what it takes. They've thought about what they want to receive as a result of giving what they're giving into this partnership, this romantic relationship, because that's not an easy thing to do. This is huge. I'm giving my life. And for a lot of divine beings, that's huge. That sacral energy, the capability for someone else who knows how to use your energy to have access to it at all times. That's also another reason why a lot of people don't want this union, because they feel like divine masculine shouldn't have all that power. You have so much already. Why do you get this too? Because I did the work. That's the only way to like chop it up at this point. I can't explain it anyway else for anybody else. I hope this has been helpful. I'll catch you on the next one.